What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about the best character of the update. That's right, I said it. The best character of the update, which is Nina. Why is she the best character? Well, because she is a free character, right? You don't have to do any summons for this character to get her, and look at her, guys. Look at this lovely thing. I don't think there's anything really sexier than a woman wearing a wedding dress holding a gun, right? With those eyes that she's got, my lord. Waifu, my friends. Oh my god. Now, I went ahead and progressed her a little bit faster. Went ahead and bought one pack for $40. Got 5,000 coins. So that way I could at least do a test with her at A3. And all free to play players should be able to get this character at A3. I would think at a minimum by the end of this event, which is actually pretty damn amazing. It means that you're going to be able to get the 3 stones for her, which is really terrific for her. It means that she's going to get some things done for you in the game that she's just really godly for. She's really an amazing character. And when you look at her, well, actually, let's look at her leadership. She increases Tekken fighters by 60%. So if you have Tekken fighters, this is insane leadership and decreased tag cooldowns by 2 seconds. This is an amazing leadership for those Tekken fighters who we all know are absolutely godly. They're just ridiculous characters. And then you look at the core effects, you got the PG rate, get the increased damage by 18% critical hit. This is always something we want to see. It means they're going to hit like a truck. The 4% critical rate is really, really nice. And then she has, immunity to all explosion, making her pretty much invincible in PvP because a lot of the meta characters have explosion. It won't work on. Look at this, guys. Burn, poison, bleed, shock, chill, darkness, and starlight. She is immune to all of them. You're not going to be one-shotting this character in League Match, in Absolute War with explosions. It's just not going to happen. And then she decreases damage received by 99% for 4 seconds when attacked, while HP is 30% or higher on a 9-second cooldown. So every other 5 seconds when she's being attacked, she's going to have that decreased damage received by 99%. That is nuts. That is a huge, huge increase to her survivability and makes her pretty much a tank. And then she can reset the cooldowns back to skill 2 or 3 upon landing a skill. So no matter what skill you land, you can actually reset one of these 2 skills, which is really awesome, only on a 4-second cooldown. And then resets cooldown of Bomb and increases attack speed by 15% for 3 seconds upon using a forward roll, which is nice, guys. Increasing attack speed means that you're going to be able to run through your skills even faster, which is nice. That is awesome. For that 3 seconds, that is nice. And then she increases attack by 18% if HP is 50% or higher. She increases her critical damage and defense by 10% for 5 seconds while landing a skill. And this stacks up to 5, which means that critical damage can actually go up to 50%. And then her defenses go up to another 50%. And she does have an attack based off of defense. So really, really amazing for the character. And then, of course, Fated Retribution is always amazing as well. And then you take a look at her skills, guys. And, you look at her first skill, and it is a hyper armor skill that lasts for 4 seconds, which is nice. It has an attack based on defense by 55%. It's also an interrupt skill. And then you have the tap skills, where the first time you hit the second skill, it stuns all enemies, no matter where they're at on the screen, every time you hit it, and then increases target damage received by 32% for 6 seconds upon landing skill. Really great for the increase to damage, and then, of course, the stun is nuts. The increase to critical rate by 30% for 3 seconds is also just crazy. It's really going to jump up her... she's going to be able to do a lot more damage because she's just going to be landing more critical hits because of this. And then the second time you tap the skill, increase physical damage equal to 120% of attack to all enemies. And then the third skill has an attack buff, right? And this is going to lead me into what I'm going to tell you here in a minute, which is you really want to put attack stones on her. At least that's what I think, especially from the testing that I've done in the past for defensive characters that attack based off a defense. But if they have just a solid increased attack, even if they don't have explosion, they seem to do better just with attack stones. So that's the stones that I went with for the character. And then the second time you tap the third skill, it does increase her physical damage by 120%. So in the rotation, guys, I'm really just going to be going, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, in all honesty. I'm not really going to be trying to go into the skills because, Nina doesn't really, you really can't cancel her skills as fast. Like whenever you're tapping in, you're going into your second skill, it takes her a moment to do it. And you really just feel like you're losing damage when you're spamming your awakened skills for damage. So I'm just going to be going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then, her finisher, or her default, increase her attack by 25%, which is just nuts. That's awesome. And then she also has, obtain 15% power as a striker, which is really, really great for time attack. If you can use her as a striker to get that extra 50% bonus, that is nice. And then her stones, of course, just the regular Tekken stones. I did go with attack, guys, instead of defense, because again, she doesn't have attack. She does have just a solid increase to attack, to her skills, and her cores. Now, when it comes to her cores, guys, I haven't leveled up anything. If you're going for CP, then you obviously want to just level up these right here. And you can actually gain a lot of CP, especially if you have the Tekken set on her. If you don't have the Tekken set, then you just use the Mad Tea Party set to increase her CP. But if you're trying to, increase her damage, then I would probably definitely go with her first skill here. Blom Bomb does an insane amount of damage. And then probably Deadly Hunter. I probably would increase these two skills first, and then this would be the last skill that I would level up. And then with her cores that you have to have her at A5 to do, like Assault, then, this here does increase her physical damage, which is really, really nice. You need 2 PGs to be able to use it. And then, of course, hand down here, which is reset attack cooldowns and decrease the EX skill cooldowns for all team members by 4 seconds. I really don't know how useful this is, because whenever I play with the characters and whenever I use my EX characters, I don't really find this to be a problem. So I don't know how useful that actually is. And I am going to be running the Tekken set, guys. I mean, on my free-to-play account, I got 3 sets of these things, right? And we are going to be using these cards here, similar to what I did with Jin. I actually got these cards from the summons whenever I was summoning for cards, which is actually pretty damn cool. And for her 3 PGs, I'm going to use one that increases her attack, and then one that increases her active skill damage, which is really good. The plus her 3PG does give her 12% power, which is really, really nice. And her affinity is already at level 10. So I'll just show you guys just a little bit of a run in Guild Raid to show you the kind of damage that she does, because Nina's actually very, very strong, very good character. Not as strong as Warang or as Jin, but she is powerful, right? So for some of you players out there that are looking to get this character, or, like you're only pulling for her, right? You're not really trying to pull for Jin or Warang because you don't have enough rubies, or maybe you're just not interested. This character is actually going to get it done for you quite well. All right, so we're going to do that again because I had it on auto. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely do that sometimes where I'll jump in Guild Raid and I forget that I have my other game modes on auto. So let's try that again. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Hopefully the Tekken set will build up my PG and I can go straight into my 3 PG immediately. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. And of course it doesn't. Right, we'll do our 3 PG. Sometimes that happens, right? So what I want to do now is I just want to switch into Mary afterwards here. Okay, and there we go. And let's bring in our strikers. I've said this 100 times, man. Mary and Kula as a striker are just nuts for Geese when it comes to breaking these meters. They're so good. And that's kind of the thing about, whenever you're using these Tekken characters, is that and you guys can already see the damage that she's doing, right? It's pretty damn good, right? She is a pretty strong character to get it done in Guild Raid, if this is the only one you're looking for. And she's got an amazing self-buffing leadership that works really, really well for her, right? I mean, 60% increase to her attack is nice. That is a very good leadership, which is awesome. Now, she isn't immune to darkness. She's immune to explosion, but not darkness. So that is something that you should always keep in mind whenever you're playing with the character, right? We're going to go ahead and hit our default. That's going to increase her attack. All right, and I mean, man, she just hits so hard. God almighty. When she does that first skill, it's just like, pow. It's just, she blows up everything in front of her, or just destroys it. And this is kind of blinding in all honesty, man. The end of that finisher, I mean, you just see nothing but white light. And my eyes are just like flashing before me, right? It's crazy. Now, I think Geese is probably going to go into an iframe right now. Let's see. Okay. And, I mean, yo, yeah, look at that damage, guys. Look at that damage. There we go, there we go. And it's also really nice that she does the grab in her 3PG, and she can grab a hold of Geese. This is something we've come to expect now from a lot of these EX characters, which is really, really awesome. Nice. I mean, you guys can see the damage that she's putting out. It's nuts, right? You only need 1.25 billion. I know this is my main account and my codex is leveled up. I do have a lot of extra CP because of that. It does help. But seriously, she is pretty nuts, right? I mean, and I've had better runs in this where I've actually hit about, 5 billion by the halfway mark against Guild Raid. So this is already giving you guys an idea of how strong she is. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop, right? I mean, you pretty much can see that it's possible for her to hit 10 billion in here. 10 billion with the Tekken set. Obviously, if she's not using the Tekken set, she won't be quite as strong, right? She's not going to do as well, but still, she's going to be a very, very strong character. If you guys want to see what she does with a regular set, I can show you that in another video, but what I want to show you here is something that's pretty damn cool, right? Now, we're going to jump into Challenge Dungeon here, and we're going to go against Demos Base. Now, this is a game mode where you can actually acquire a SS and a BS memory, a generic version of them, every single month. You can get 2 different memories every single month with this, and this is the max stage 50 here. And she actually was able to do this on auto. Now, I'm actually going to manually play because sometimes she can die on auto. But you guys, man, this girl can absolutely plow through this stuff like it's absolutely nothing. And the fact that she's got that stun that stuns all enemies for 3 seconds gives her an insane amount of CC, especially in a game mode like this. That is so rewarding, right? I mean, it is nice. All right, we'll just go ahead and hit that 3PG. Booyah. Now remember, she's immune to explosion, right? And there you see that we got the stun. We'll hit our default. Nice. And we just murdered it, guys. Like, she absolutely destroyed this thing, okay? And here's the other thing. So whenever you're facing against the boss, look at that. Right? I mean, she just absolutely destroyed this guy like he was nothing. Just plowed through it, right? So this character, especially for newer players, especially, is going to be a godsend. She is going to be so good because you're going to be able to fly through this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there are other characters like 98 Omega Rugal and 97 Orochi who are always available in the game that can do this, but you're getting this character for free, right? You're getting the memories for her for free. You're still going to have to farm for Orochi and Rugal. So if you're a newer player, it's actually quite awesome that they're giving you this character. I mean, she really is, like, for veterans and really for any character, she really is an amazing character. Godly survivability. I mean, if you throw in a healing striker like what I had with Cronin, she's going to be just absolutely unstoppable, especially in a game mode like Demos Base. She can perform well in Guild Raid. She's going to perform well in all the other game modes. I mean, honestly, guys, the fact that she could hit 10 billion in Guild Raid is nuts. That is a very, very good score for an A3 character that only has 3 stones on her. Right? She only has 3 stones. So if I had 2 more stones, she would do even better, right? If she was obviously at A5, she would do even better. But I think for most players, they're probably just going to take her to A3. And if they decide to go ahead and go in the shop and spend a little money, then maybe they'll go to A4, A5, or whatever the case may be for them. And they're going to be pretty happy with this character, man. She really is amazing. So guys, let me know what you think about Nina. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.